puts gold numbers on a white shirt? A player gets the ball, that's how I'm like, and that is somebody.
Welcome to our game we're presenting today. This is another match in the Masters Hockey World Cup, brought to you in Cape Town, South Africa. This game being a women's game in the over 50 category. It's a game between what's called the Alliance Spirit of Masters team and the South African ladies team. The Alliance team is a team made up of players that want to come to the tournament but haven't made their national teams, but are good enough to put together a team to play together. And the South African ladies team both these teams so far in this pool unfortunately have not got any results yet. They meet some close games so far. As the way the tournament is structured, you have pool matches, and then from the pool matches you get playoff games. South Africa played 2 and lost 2, and the Alliance team unfortunately also played 2 and lost 2. So this will be a point for both teams to get some results from this as the ball runs loose into the circle. South Africa having an early chance there. Ball popping up in the air and the goalkeeper making a save. As South Africa push hard again, trying to drive the ball in the circle. Some industrious work early on here for South Africa to get going. And again, another circle entry from South Africa, trying to pop the ball through the legs. The ball line loose, a little bit crammed at the moment, and they'd want to get some space to get that shot off. As I was saying before we got going, South Africa losing their first game to Argentina 1-2, and then to England 2-5, and then it was only their third game playing against the Alliance team. So they've had 2 games against Argentina and England not go their way. The Alliance team, on the other hand, have also played against England, lost 3-0, and played against Ireland. The other team in this pool lost 2-0. So the result of this game would matter where people finish. Points sought by every team as much as possible. But a pride at stake as well as we get cracking on this game. The Alliance team just hitting the ball straight to South Africa, unfortunately. South Africa now have time to get on the counter tank. Samantha Boucher on the left-hand side here, just looking for options. Finding Sharon Vernon, who makes the circle entry, and this could be a rolled goal straight to the keeper. Unfortunately, a bit of stick hack happening there, and I'm pretty sure the umpire was going to award the penalty corner as it went in there. South Africa now with their short corner. Line up with 2 castles. Looks like 2 people are lined up to hit this. Keep the people guessing. Ball comes out the first castle. Looks like Wiggett's going to hit the ball, and it's a cracking shot. Robin Ann Wiggett with a powerful strike through the Alliance defense there, and that gets South Africa on the scoreboard. A good start on a PC. That will be enough to get themselves rolling. Been a home tournament for them. We have got some crowds on the side cheering, a lot of support. As the ball gets won in midfield there by Wendy Gray. Wendy Gray offloading. Unfortunately, just being caught there. Kerry Purden in the midfield. Winning the ball back at the end of all that. And unfortunately, just the intercept happening. Ball to the forward there, trying to find Samantha Boucher again. Not successful as South Africa now play the ball around the back, and a good trough play happening. Was good to see the ball be moved around. South Africa now have a circle entry on the right-hand side. Ball popped up. Trying to find the short corner, but I think the umpire might just be saying that it was a little bit high and dangerous. South Africa to set their press up. They seem to have a very structured press here. Coach Robinson, very wily in the way he sets up his patterns of play. Always ready for a curveball every now and then as well. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see some antics coming from the team at some point. As they step on the press now, letting the ball go to the outside half and then applying the pressure. Good tactic. And as you can see, everybody in this half of the field, so the ball that comes away from that side channel needs to happen as Kerry Purden moves the ball across. And Fiona Harrison decided we need to switch the ball back to the other side of the field. South Africa ready to bring some changes here in the first quarter, nice and early. Trying to get the players all running as fast as possible. The whole bench lining up here to come on the field, super subs. South Africa was generally called the bomb squad, and every South African would know exactly what that means when it comes to sport in this country. Lions team now looking for the long through ball. A little bit dangerous on the lifted ball. There wasn't intentional, but it had people hitting the deck at all points. Wendy Stewart just a little bit. The choice of the club there was a little bit high on the flap as the ball went flying through everybody. As South Africa get to reset again. And the changes now get made. A whole bunch of people come on the field as the ball goes down the right-hand sideline. South Africa setting up high in the field, trying to make their presence felt. Looks like Samantha Boucher making the run across there to see what she could set up. South Africa are looking for a switch ball, and from the switch ball they'll definitely be looking to go forward. There's the ball open, and the pass coming across. Good ball delivery there from Lara Falstar, and the ball again coming across the face of the goal this time here. Ball gets flipped in the air and it gets popped over the stick. That was neat skills there by Colleen Matthews. Ball being popped in the air over the keeper, lobbing in for the second goal. And a very good build-up play happening there. Circle Malay end up with the ball in front of the keeper, and just a nice composed flick over the top. Maybe call it a lob, but tactical by all means. And the ball getting pushed forward. Nice interplay happening here. And the ball just being kept away from the Alliance players. Shirley Tate making her first touch on the ball. Trying to go baseline. Oh, throwing some aerial skill into that. Maybe something her husband Pete Tate might learn from. Popping the ball in the air and giving it some skilachis. As the Alliance team now have to reset. South Africa got a very good deft press set up here. Nice grid pattern. The far side of the field is open, but it is a long way to bring the ball across here as the ball gets thrown over. Gets intercepted, and South Africa will still get a ball in their own half, but quickly setting up their trough to bring the ball to the open side. Coach Robinson again calling for the transfer. The ball coming all the way wide here. Laura Volstar now looking up to see what's on. Got time on the ball, no need to rush it. Nobody putting pressure on it. The ball being moved out sideways, and now there's options down the field. Colleen Matthews, the goal scorer, pulling the ball back. And now the cross happening, but well intercepted on the edge of the D. Wendy Stewart being in the way where she should be, covering the route one. And the Alliance team now have to reset and try and get the ball at the back. Nice simple ball out wide here. Pip Graham trying to find the long ball, but just not getting any power on it, and Lorraine Allen picking up nice and neatly. The Alliance team just trying to get out of their own half. That's largely due to the fact that South Africa have a very good blanket press set up here. It's a turnover position. They're not going to enjoy that. This could go down the field. Ball lifted a little dangerous there. I think Pip Graham got a bit too much on that. And Lorraine Allen wearing it. Luckily for her, not too much power on it, so can carry on playing as she goes along. Something happening with a free hit taker, so no rush yet to get to the ball. Everybody quietly moving along as the captain, Wendy Horn, steps up to take it. The long ball with the field, and great pick up Shelley Tate. That was phenomenal stuff. And the ball in the circle. I'll be back in again for the one-time shot and just missing the ball. Shelley Tate having a great build-up there. Trying to get a set up there with Colleen Matthews. Unfortunately, the result being nothing, and South Africa maintain their 2-love lead. We've got about 6 minutes to go in this first quarter. Again, a couple of clearance balls at the back, got some air on them. That wasn't called dangerous. The Alliance team winning the ball, but giving it back to South Africa as Colleen Matthews now looks to just get the distribution gain. Everything nice and neat here. Leanne Harding going for the left option. Tate coming back to play the ball. Got a baseline run here by Laura Falstar. Ball in the circle and loose. Everybody calling for options, but I think umpire deciding that the Alliance team should get the clearance out here. South Africa pressing the line nice and neatly. Nice over being thrown, but straight to South Africa. There might be a 5-yard rule there. Playing the ball too soon once you're in the 5 yards. You have to let if you're in the 5 yards, you have to let the person that catches the overhead keep control before you can step in. A little bit of advantage there. Sharon Vernon just giving the ball out wide. South Africa nicely holding the ball. They've got a 2-love lead, so they've got a good start here. And now need to just work out the puzzle and see what they need to do to get more circle entries and get some more PCs and shot on target. Baseline run coming in. Yeah, this is going to be too easy. The pullback on the 45 and just no control, unfortunately. Samantha Boucher on the pullback there, looked like it. And unfortunately, just no controllers again. South Africa go down that right-hand side. Going for the big slap. Not ideal. Just wasn't facing forward when she did that, and didn't have a clear line of sight of where to go. Again, South Africa ringing the bench. The Lions team just knocking the ball away down the field. Trying to get some clearance here and get some time off the ball. What it does do, though, is give South Africa some time to make the substitutions. As various players come on to get some park time. South Africa lose a little position there. A hard tackle coming in there, and I think Pippa Graham was a bit upset, had control, and Lorraine Allen coming in nice and tough for the follow-through. The Lions team now needs to build up and see where they can go. Relying a bit too much on the straight hit every time. That was the double straight hit. Aingley Mars just helping the ball on its way. Wendy Stewart passing to her and then knocking the ball down the field to nobody, unfortunately. And South Africa get to reset deep in their own half, but they have got a trough ball on. The Lions team trying to cut the field in half. I see Hassan Ruben in the way. South Africa seeing this and just plug in the channel, see if they can get as far down the field as possible. Not find anybody, but relieving a little bit of pressure. Sandra Delport on the ball now. Just starting the play on the switch. Ball back into the middle of the field. Wendy Stewart popping the ball back out again. Nice interplay of game, yeah. Wendy Krokop on the ball now. A lot of pressure from South Africa. Umpire not happy with Kerry Purdon. Oh, giving her the blow actually. Both teams thinking that Kerry Purdon might not have won that blow, but she did. South Africa to reset now with Barbara Briggs. The big hit the circle. There's people there. If we can get a touch on it. Ball coming loose. Still got time on the ball. If we can get a shot off target, lining up the keeper's line on the ground. Anticipating the shot coming across, and Sam Boucher just not able to get the shot off there. On target, golden opportunity. Keeper Yolanda Burkhardt hitting the deck very early there. Making sure that she was logging across the way. South Africa again pressing, trying to find options forward. The direct ball going in looked like a... Couldn't quite see what the blow was for there, but the Alliance team get the ball and a chance to come out. Again, South Africa picking the ball up in the press, throwing the ball forward, and they've got a ball on the baseline. If they can tuck this one back, they get inside the circle, putting the pressure on, throwing it in. Unfortunately, I definitely think there was... Wendy Krokop got the ball there and got a bit of stick attention. I could hear cracking and splinters flying. A good tackle there at the back by Barbara Briggs, just making sure doesn't let the Lions team get up the field. Ball moving forward, but just being intercepted. And the Lions team just back to find their way out of here. They get the ball moving a couple of passes, but then they slow down and hold the ball for a little bit too long and allow the South African team to get back into it. Sharon Vernon now working the left-hand side, just can't find a way through. And they've got the ball again. Sam Boucher now with a circle entry, but a little bit too direct. Everybody on route 1. Sounds easy from the sideline to say we need someone on the 45 or on the 90 sideways, the sideways pass. I'm pretty sure Coach Robinson with his big ball is going to give them some advice now. As South Africa take a 2-love lead at the end of the first quarter.
At thehockeysite.com, it's about what happens in the locker room. Thinking about the game. It's about planning and preparation. And about training and improving those skills. Looking at it from different angles. But of course, it's also about teaching them to score and win. TheHockeySite.com. Share the knowledge.
Welcome back as you join us for the second quarter of this match. In the women's over 50 category, at the Masters Hockey World Cup, we have South Africa in white playing against the Alliance Spirited Masters team in blue. South Africa 2-love up in this game at the moment. 2 well-taken goals. A very fine lob by Colleen Matthews over the keeper's head in the second goal. As South Africa now have had most of the possession. They 2-love up. Controlling the game nicely. The Alliance team just need to find ways to come out the back. They've been blanket pressed here properly. Lots of work to do to try and get the Jan Schultz now given the job of trying to find a way through here. Brings out the long shot but hits it straight into South Africa's stick. Unfortunately, they went straight to Kerry Purdon, I think, who didn't find the pass option. But again, some loose stick tackles come in. I think South Africa can be a little bit more patient. Don't need to fly in as much as they think. Some good movement there by Pip Graham. Wendy Crowcump on the right-hand side. They're just not connecting the ball neatly, but still finding a foot. South Africa now trying to press. Or a false start front here, and the ball just popping loose. Good tackle, but another again, stick happening. Barbara Briggs not too happy with that as the ball gets knocked forward again. Slight deflection there from Wendy Horn. As the ball rolls harmlessly over the baseline. Just trying to see what tactics Coach Robinson has employed here. The Wiley coach normally comes with some clever ideas to keep the players focused and to see if they can get a goal bound going. Yeah, can't see any change yet, but we hold on to horses to see what's going to happen as South Africa win the ball. Nice backhand pass down the line. Sam Boucher locking the ball through, and this is going to be a long chase for Colleen Matthews. I think the ball's actually going to hold up as Yolanda Burkhoff decides, I'm going to kick this. Shelley Tate in there, just popping the ball forward. Might have it to just hold the ball instead of going for the through ball. Very anxious to get the ball forward. As Boucher now passes the ball. Oh, clever behind the back tackle. Receive, sorry. Laura Falstart overrunning the ball and then putting this hand behind the back. Nothing wrong with a bit of skill in the hockey game. Colleen. Again, South Africa patiently just waiting to see if they can get the ball off here. Briggs just on the backhand there. Might have left the ball to somebody on the forehand. South Africa, a little bit of scrappy game here, and the umpire calling them all the way back. Everybody receiving the ball and a little bit frantic with the ball. They need to take their time, keep the ball safe, and the play will ensue from there as Wendy Crowcump gives the ball a crack down the field and says, out of my half, please. South Africa now with the ball on the sideline, yeah, they're 22, looking for some outlets. Good pressure being applied. But South Africa do come away with the ball. Nadine de Bleu, I think it was the ball coming out there. Ball coming across. Colleen Matthews, Shelley Tate, just a little confusion there. The ball flying a little loose. Nothing coming from it except a long corner. I think they would have hoped for more from that. South Africa get to reset. Looking for the ball in, but need to spread the players out a little bit because everybody's a little bit congested. Need options all over the place. Ball being moved 5 yards. There it is. Needs a bit of a flip skill now. Ball being popped into the P spot. And a great little tap skill. Ball across the face. Really fine. Reach across. Ball rolling across the field and just a good, neat tap across from Nadine de Bleu. Gets the third goal on the scoreboard for South Africa. A nice, very well taken free hit that made the play happen, rolled the ball in, and all that was left to do was a classy finish. But like we said, finishes don't happen by themselves. You need to do some work to get that done, and fantastic work being done there. So South Africa take a 3-love lead. We're in the second quarter of the match. Not many short corners this game so far, but South Africa having their run of the play. Kerry Rass making a long ball forward. I think a little much power on that one. Everybody chuckling because it had too much pace on it. Nadine de Blow was thinking, no. Younger days maybe, but not the stage of a tournament as the ball rolls over. And the Alliance team need to move the ball forward. Unfortunately, Krokop just tripping on the ball there. Ball now loose in the midfield. Wendy Horn just moving the ball out wide. A nice ball going forward. As the ball gets chucked forward. Ball just evading South Africa as we go through. Patch in the game where South Africa winning a lot of ball in this trapped press midfield. They keep moving the ball around. They're going to find space. They need to be aware of not carrying the ball too much into trouble. Sam Boucher just putting pressure on there, but not getting it in. The ball coming back in again. And the cross happening out the field. Just a nice clearance coming there. A couple of times now that Wendy Stewart's had to step up and carry the ball down the field just to release some pressure. Last team have got Yolanda Gravett hanging upfield there. Trying to make, almost had an intercept there. High risky ball coming across. And South Africa just putting the press on, making life difficult. The last team trying to force it through channel, but there's lots of white shirts in the way. There's Wendy Gray comes over the ball nice and neatly. Sharon Vernon now making the play out wide. Slap down the line, very good ball coming through. Boucher just letting the ball trickle through. Went for the backhand trap, the hardest version of that. And ball not being trapped in the game. The big hit out the back. South Africa a little bit looser than they were at the start of the game. In the beginning of the game, they had the press covered in all angles, and now a couple of balls are just leaking through. Often happens when there's no communication from the back in terms of instructions of where people should stand. The 3-love lead might be the fault of that. Going up 3-love and having time on the ball. As we see Wendy Stewart pushing through here, trying to find an option. There goes the crack. Ball rolling through to the circle, and this is the best chance we've had so far from the Alliance team. They're in the circle. Ball popped over the stick. South Africa making the tackle. Wendy Horn, the captain, stepping in there. And the umpire saying that there was a stick tackle there. So the Alliance team get to set up on the edge of the circle. Can they find a way in? Yes, Sandy Aiken-Rose looking to make a play happen there. Need to move the ball 5 yards before they can make the circle entry. Playing the ball wide. South Africa going to press this. Ball gets lifted. Umpire deciding not high enough for danger. Catching the leg of South African player, and the Alliance team get to reset. Ball gets played out slightly. This could be interesting because De Blow's now going to have a run of the ball. She got space. It's a 2v1. She has players coming if she can hold up. Doesn't need to raise her head. There's players over coming. She can hold it up now. She's going to cross it, looking for players to join it. She got Boucher close. Boucher's now up. Winnie Gray's on the inside of the circle. The ball coming across to Gray, but I think great run going through there. Boucher might be a little bit over anxious with that cross. As the Alliance team now get to knock the ball down the field, but only as far as Kerry Rass, who plays it back infield to Gray. Gray looking for space here. Coming back to Rass. Going to make the circle entry. Wrong thinking there was a whistle, but there wasn't. Short corner given. Not quite sure what it was, but I think it hit a foot. As Ras made a good effort there. There's a game going on the field next door, and I think there was confusion about a loud blow on that field. As the play stopped for a second. Robinson giving some code words here for a short corner option. Sound like a rugby coach. 1, 2, 3 biltong. We'll have to study them and see what the words mean. And again, they got 2 strikers on top here. Wiggett looking very interested on the left here for the big hit. Horn of the injection. Very good injection. Nice pace. Ball coming in. And the slap game, bottom left. I think it's Briggs. No, Wiggett. Trying to think who it was. Wiggett with a fantastic slap to the bottom corner. Didn't see a deflection on that. As South Africa put their 4th goal in. Oh, it might have been Megan Knox, actually. We couldn't see who scored that one. I was too busy watching the ball trickling to goal to actually see who let it go from the top. But the 4th goal, definitely, Megan Knox scored it. The slap went. There were a couple of people putting their sticks out for deflections. But I think Knox will claim that she put the power on that, and that's what caused the whole goal to happen. As South Africa 4-love up now. We're in the 2nd quarter of this match. A bit of advantage being played, but the umpire calling the players back. One of the frustrations of the game, when you think you've got an advantage and umpire says to you, no, you didn't take it from exactly the right mark, and calls you back. South Africa now have a comfortable lead of 4 in this game. Going to be happy with their work so far. They're already pressing well, catching all the options going forward. And not allowing the Alliance team to get out. The Alliance team obviously just resorting to some big power play, long hits. They need a midfield to hit to, I think. If they can receive the ball in turn and then play their forward line. They're just missing one level at the moment as Vernon on the ball now, playing wide to Allen. Allen cutting the 45, playing under the shoulder. Might have been better to go play through that. Tate with a tough tackle. Krokkamp being pushed a bit off the ball there. Just looking for some midfield play. Marshall is in the gap. I'm going for the overhead. Adam's going to be under that. Keeping it. Werner's going to slip it out left to Falstar. Falstar looking for the line ball. Tate just behind the player, but can get there first. Whistle gain for ball hitting Krokkamp's foot. I think Falstar now have to tie a shoelace. Alam on the ball, trying to see any options. Everybody a little bit too straight. Somebody on top of the D would be interesting. Yeah, there comes Horn. Exactly the corner ball they needed. Just needs control, but there was lots of pressure from Aiken Rose. South Africa win it back. Again, Horn now looking for the baseline run, tuck back. Still has it. Unfortunately, gets tackled by the baseline. Best tackler in the game, that is. South Africa reassess what they need to do, get their press back. I see South Africa pressing by cutting the field, but in this game, not much has come across the trough ball. The Lions team looking for some links to pass to. So Sandra Delport on the far side, making the play happen, moving the ball forward. Pass down the line. They could have some action here because a couple of tackles that happened there, but Helena Delbach kept going there. Again, Delport looking forward, trying to find some options. South Africa keeping the press on. Horn trying to make the intercept, but a little bit of air on it there, and she mistrapped that. Delport going for the big hit. It's got a bit of bounce on it, so catching people off guard, but Vernon stepping up and picking this off. Got runners up front. Boucher on the run. Can get this if she gets there. Tate's with her. This could be, there's 3v1 if they just consolidate, hold it up. Not to rush it. Ball goes on the foot. Keep playing. Play the advantage. Umpire gave her the advantage, but she stopped playing. Laura Felstein now moving towards taking the free hit. A great opportunity there. Runners on the infield. Just couldn't find the ball across. Nice break from the back there. Kerry Purden was actually running the far side as well. Alan with the ball, scanning to see who's moving where. Going for the direct entry, but the Lions team, Crowcump, standing right there. So the route one is often always blocked. Little collision, but tap on the shoulder. Everybody's happy. Nothing malicious. Alan might have delivered that from too far from the circle. Sometimes you need to carry the ball a bit closer, so that when they're trying to intercept us a little bit closer than you expect. As the Lions team now get to reset. Trying to find some options. Short ball going in. The Lions team just trying to find a ball forward there. As Alan goes for the big cross. Hits it straight into Elena Dalbach, who didn't get the advantage. Might have felt a bit unlucky there. The ball was lifted quite high and hard into her. She did use a stick to stop it, so maybe they said she had the skill to do that. As the ball now goes forward. Werner making a big cross. Purden on the far side. Purden looking for a cross ball into the P spot. There's time here. Colleen's got the ball. And a one-time shot from Boucher. Didn't die wondering there. Matthews on the backhand pass. And Boucher with a full swing. Off target, unfortunately, but good intent. As we go into the last 20 seconds of this half. South Africa with 4 goals to the good. Matthews with an overhead. No, Matthews. It was Tate with an overhead. A little bit of chaos there as a short corner gets awarded. I think Del Porto feel unlucky that Purden was backing off into her. As the quarter ends, but in hockey we get to play out any short corners if they're still in occurrence. So the minute the short corner ends, we'll take the halftime break. It'll be interesting to see what they're coming up with now. Again, we got Wiggett on the strike. Trying to see who all's lining up and looking interested. Looks like Briggs on the second castle. Comes in. Good hit coming in. A lot of ricochets. The umpire has blown. She could change her blow if she wanted to. The re-award happening. The ball in the goal. Umpire blowing the whistle a little early. But South Africa get another chance. Again, for the re-award. The last one, Robin Ann Wiggett, giving a good strike on that. Give it to her again. Does come out a little bit skew, so Alan pulls it across. And the ball gets hit across. And the re-award. The injection was a little bit off target. Alan had to make a plan. Went for the tuck. Coach Robertson giving all the code words he can right now. As we wait for the injection again. Goes to Castle 2. Got a good strike coming across. Oh, just been pulled. Don't think Barbara Briggs will be happy with that attempt. As we end the half, 4-love to South Africa. We'll see you for the second half soon. Welcome back as you join us for the second half of this hockey match in the Hockey Masters World Cup in the over-50 division. It's a women's game between South Africa in white and an Alliance Spirit of Masters team in the light blue. The Spirit of Masters team made up of people from different countries who have come to play, who enjoy hockey, I should say, and come and play at the World Cup. South Africa with a healthy 4-love lead, dominating this game at present, putting a blanket press on the Alliance team, and the Alliance team struggling to find ways through the South African press. They come away with the ball often, as we see. Again, South Africa moving the ball out wide as fast as they can. Try and find some gaps. Allen with the ball now, probing through the gap. Unfortunately, pass going straight to Debbie Marshall, who intercepted that one. South Africa winning the ball back. Nice, powerful ball through the middle. That's a really good distribution that came. Obviously, give Megan Knox there. Ball going out wide. There could be options coming as the ball gets fired in. It just, unfortunately, gets fired in. Straight into the line stick. Still space on the field if they can just move the ball out. Tate on the ball looking for an entry. Ball gets flipped in over to the P spot. Sorry, I'm taking the ball now. My apologies. Ball unfortunately being cleared, and South Africa can change channels here. If Vernon can just get the ball out, Alam hovering on the ball, and umpire deciding that little bit of obstruction there. As Crow Cup now gets to clear the ball from the back. Looking for runners up front. Nice strong ball, but just nobody looking for it up front. If they could have just found a ball there to a forward, they might have had a run in South Africa circle. They've only had one real quality attempt in the first half. But we'd love to get the scoreboard ticking in their favour if they can. Ball come on the side again. Kerry Purd on the ball now. Right in the through. Tate in front, going to make a runner on the outside. Still got the ball. There could be a circle entry if they could find a ball across. Looking for the T-point pass, but DeBlow making a good lead in there. Ball just not coming that direction, hitting a defender. And I think it's going to be a long corner if I'm right. No, hit outside the circle for it, hit the foot. A bit of confusion now. Megan Knox not sure where to go. Driving in, making the 5 yards, and now coming the slap. Very good slap of the ball. Ball across the face of the goal. Popped up for the shot, but I think the deflection wasn't in target. So the umpire saying danger. But Knox with a really smooth slap across the face. Found the circle entry. Just needed something to go on target. DeBlow leading to the ball. Needs to link up with somebody, keeping the ball strong, trying to pull the ball forward. Has evaded the Alliance team, but not as far as Wendy Stewart, who just knocks the ball out the sideline, and South Africa to regroup. Vernon coming across. Knocks down the line. Purden now around the corner. She's going to have a circle entry if you can find somebody in front of her. Does the roll skill. Pops it in. Tate running into trouble. Just turning into the play, and unfortunately just gives the Alliance team the chance to knock the ball away. They did try and get it forward, and Lucien Ruben just up front there almost had a touch on the ball to get through. As South Africa regroup. Alan looking for spaces, hitting the ball across the D. Unfortunately just going as far. Looked like Jan Schultz made the intercept there. Yep, Jan Schultz again just coming over the ball. A little bit hassle, might have asked for the blow there, but South Africa win the ball, and again, need to keep finding their passes. Alam into the circle. Not finding a South African again. South Africa need to be patient here. Coach Robinson will be encouraging them to keep moving the ball. If you keep moving the ball, options open up. And you move the ball enough. As this game has lost a little bit of structure at the start of the second half. Maybe too many jelly babies in the team talk. As the Alliance team now moves forward, trying to find options as they go. Deborah Marshall on the ball, just probing for angles. Tried to roll the ball forward there, but intercepted. As South Africa now come away with the ball. To blow up front. Trying to find a pass option. Turning for Tate. Tate now turning, looking for options. There's people on the far side. Matthews is open on the far if she can get it across. Unfortunately, only going as far as Kerry Rass, and South Africa win the ball back again. Deft ball down the sideline from Kerry Punda, but that's going to be running a bit too far away. South Africa hovering on the ball. They need to move the ball. Can't stand on the ball for too long. Just doesn't go anywhere, and too much pressure, and then often end up with stick clacking as Wendy Gray now gets stuck into the ball. As again, the game is scrappy. Need to control the ball and move it, and move it to the open side of the field. Kerry Purden again just going down the channel. There's lots of space on the far side of the field. Allen's open. Again, Wendy Gray get on that channel now. De Blow running onto it. Vernon just trying to get a stick on that, but again, all congested. Oh, that's a very big stick shot coming from there, I think. Vernon was it false start? No, Vernon, I think. Sharon Vernon on the wrong side, then might have worn a stick if she wasn't careful. Gray with the ball, looking for the bunt. Nice clearance coming round. Trying to throw the ball at the circle again, just finding the foot, not finding the space. Pass out to Elam, and Elam now looking for an option. Again, just throwing the ball too closely to the player. They need to make more passes before they go for the big entrance. When you've got time on the ball, sometimes you take too long. You think you've got time and your time runs out. As the Alliance team now go forward, just trying to find options, but again, just not making 3 or 4 passes. 2 and then 2 or 3, and then they may have the turnover. Ainley Moss looking for options. One going forward, a little slap across the face, could end the circle. Ruben just not reading that to move the mark. The ball going harmlessly over the baseline. Game gets restarted and the ball gets moved forward here, but again, South Africa trying to go through people instead of around people. There's all those phases of the game where everybody wants to go forward, try and find big ball, but the small ball's the one that matters. And I'm sure Coach Robinson will be emphasizing that at the next team talk that he gets to. This game being played at Western Province Cricket Club, which is a sports venue, sports club in Cape Town, South Africa, the southern tip of the continent. 230 odd matches being played in this week in the different divisions in the World Cup. 3 divisions of the World Cup that have been broken up, and the ball in the circle now, and Boucher had a ball loose there, trying to find the ball back to Colleen Matthews, but again the ball is loose. The ball being rolled in the circle, there's a foot there, everybody stopped playing for advantage. I'm not sure if there was advantage. I think they were hoping for the penalty corner. But play continues, and the game now opens up. Vernon looking for a space in, just running too far with the ball, and again, making the early passes and less running is probably what they need to do here. South Africa in the circle on the baseline, trying to find an option. Again, the frustrating part of the game here where not much is happening. A lot of turnovers. Both teams just going through the motions, and I think needs to be a little bit of an injection here in terms of ball pace, moving the passes, keeping possession. Play happening now with Vernon moving on the sideline. Very good pick up by Bacha. Trying to thread the ball through. Just not finding a South African player. Lundy Gravett coming over the ball and just giving it back to South Africa. Now they've got an option if there's space. Looking for a foot. Colleen Matthews just trying to piece something together here. Just taking too long on the ball. Can't afford to take too long on the ball, like we said before. Options just close down too quickly. Kerry Rass was on the side there, hoping for a free pass to take a swing, but defenders arrived at the same time, and nothing from that. There's Crowcamp now stuck in the corner. We've got good pressure happening there. Wendy Stewart coming over the ball, trying to find the ball forward. Sorry, Deborah Marshall, I think it was. Wendy Stewart in the middle of the field at the moment. We're in the third quarter of this game. Still 5 minutes to go in this quarter. South Africa with a 4-love lead. Not many opportunities happening in this quarter so far. As we see the Alliance team now going forward. Allen having to come across from left half to clear the ball in the right half. Umpire blowing and saying there was a mistake somewhere in the middle of the field. We didn't see that. The Alliance team needs to regroup, yeah. Mars on the ball. Decided which way. Everybody decided which way to go. Ball coming out. Ball coming to Harrison. Harrison looking up. See what's in front of it. Gonna go around the outside, I think, with pace. We might have had more pace than she realized. Boucher coming through as well. Harrison just holding off, looking for options. Vernon arriving, just not trapping the ball cleanly. We still got options ahead of us. Baseline run, the ball gets tucked back. Matthews on the P spot, I think it was. No, Rass. Okay, Rass on the P spot there. Just not able to finish off. A good movement that was started off there. Harrison moving through and passing. And now we go again. Vernon passing, and yes, we've got the blow now with a big hit. Just didn't connect it that hard. Might have had time to run a little bit closer before she hit that. We'll be very disappointed with the strength of that shot. As South Africa get to regroup with the long corner. Good entry in the circle. The blows in, pass into the P spot, just unable to fight. One of our own players, as Marshall just knocks the ball away calmly up the sideline, saying, no, we need a bit of a break here. South Africa started rolling the subs and keeping fresh legs on the field. South Africa 4-love in this game. No goals in this chucker from either team. Not many chances. There's been one clear-cut chance that came across the P spot. The KRS just failed to grasp onto, and De Blow had also a chance running the circle. Just didn't quite get good connection on it. The Alliance team struggling to get to the South African 22. With South Africa pressing really neatly in the field. Players a bit confused about whose hit this is. As the Alliance team get to take the free hit, knock it across the field. Good switch play happening here. They got some space to pass into. Good tackle by Botu. KRS, sorry. The ball comes away now. KRS to the move. Got passes forward. Just didn't take her time and lost the ball there. Again, the Alliance team trying to come away with it, but only as far as Briggs. Ball out wide to DeBlow. She needs to deliver the ball infield. Tackle coming in front of her. And again, South Africa not getting any value for money from that venture down the other 22. This time Vernon knocking the ball. South Africa with the press again. KRS with the ball going forward. Nadine DeBlow. Ball out wide. Probably could have turned and gone for goal there. Boucher now looking up to see if you can get the cross back in. A little bit of a tuck back, but no options on there. Again, the short passes. Often the passes going back to the sideline and the middle of the field wide open. Always easy to say from the sideline when you're commentating. You see the spaces. As time's running out on this quarter of hockey, not much have happened. We could get something from this last one here. Circle entry trying to run in. Looking for the foot, and at last we find a short corner foot with 30 seconds left in this half. This will probably see out the half. South Africa making the baseline run, tucking it back on a foot. Very short. Robertson going for the turquoise option. Somebody's been given the code name turquoise. I think he's just turned around and looked behind him, and turquoise is sitting on the bench as we hear the hoot again for the end of the chucker. Various options on top of the D. Looks like hitting options. Ball comes out of Castle one. This will be a slap, I think. Yes, please. Slap on the deck. Just not knocked in. We've got Boucher still knocking the ball back into play. Ball coming across the face of the goal. I think it was Wendy Horn, the captain, who just checking quickly. Ball rolled across in front and she had an open goal and just couldn't control the ball. That's the end of the third quarter, and we've got one more quarter to go in this game. Welcome back to the fourth quarter of this game between South Africa and the Alliance team in the ladies over 50 category. South Africa leading this encounter 4-love, having most of the possession and territory. You see Knox moving the ball away nice and neatly, trying to open up the field. Just keeping the ball away like they should. And not exposing the ball with that last pass. Vernon just getting a little bit of wide. South Africa this whole match been employing a very good press on the Alliance team. The Alliance team trying to force the ball forward, and South Africa picking up many balls from that play and then moving it away and trying to set up some attacking play options as the play goes on again. Vernon looking wide now for Allen. No, decide not to go there, trying to go forward instead. Then the pass goes. Need to get the quick passes moving. Perdue in front, Kerry Perdue. There we go. And now we're looking for options ahead. Harrison running on the left-hand side there. Just receiving the ball and playing it into a stick. He's probably hoping for a runner to meet onto that. Just looking to see who's out of the game here. Tate's hanging high on the P-spot. Looking for a nice clean circle entry. Wiggett playing the ball wide to Allen. And the 45 ball in, but again, straight to the opposition. A couple of times it's gone through. The Jan Schulz has been waiting for it. And sorry, Jan Schulz. And Jan Schulz knocking the ball out again. And now there's actually a counter-attack happening. It's a 2v2. Just not coming away with the ball. Yolandi Gravett had the ball, trying to pass it across. Was looking for Sandy Aiken-Rose. Just couldn't find it to support from the sideline. As Matthews passes the ball out wide to Perdue. And Perdon's going to not try and score the ball. There is an open up. Harrison's going to fire across. Lots of people in the goals. Rass is in the goals. And unfortunately, South Africa getting nothing from that. Some good options there. 45 pass, drop pass. Just couldn't find the South African player. As the ball comes all the way back to the half. And Adam's going to start it off. Try and find the ball to Wiggett. Wiggett finding a nice long ball. To Knox on the side, yeah. Ball going forward. Can they find a circle entry from this one? We're looking for a cross. Ball gets tucked back. Oh, Tate just having the ball just bounce loose from her there. As again, South Africa put the press on, making sure that the Alliance team can't come down the field, which is very important, of keeping the territory and reducing the amount of running they need to do. As the ball gets switched again, Wiggett with the ball going all the way across to Allen. Allen carrying the ball forward, looking for options, but everybody's on route one, trying to find the T-point option, and Crow comes stepping neatly to get in the way of that from the Alliance team, and hitting the long ball down the field. There's nobody to play to. Wiggett runs into trouble, and this could be interesting. Delbach running with the ball, trying to find it out wide to Gravett. And Gravett just losing possession there, giving South Africa a chance to come forward as Kerry Perdue comes down. Harrison's trying to find the ball. Matthews looking forward now. Matthews playing wide to Kerry Rass. She pulls it back. Needs to get the ball away from the player. Maybe drop it out if she can. There it comes. Pass coming back to Briggs. Briggs trying to find it across. Harrison in there. Matthews in there. Just no circle entry. A couple of times the balls come back to Briggs or to Knox. They've both got good slaps on them. And the short corner being given because the Alliance played did not retreat the full 5 yards and then played the ball. Wily forwards often try and play the ball to that person that's not 5 yards away to tempt them to play it. And in so doing, they give away the PC in South Africa on the board now. They've had 4 goals scored, 2 of them from PCs. Last one came from Knox, who had a smart low slap to the bottom left. Nice and clean. They got the options again. Knox and Briggs on top here, looking to see which one it goes to. Injection comes to Castle 1. We're going to have the slap. There it comes, nice and flat. Hits the post. Bit of confusion there because the ball just ricocheted on the post and went behind the keeper. Knox will be upset at that one. Nice clean delivery. Had all the pace and everybody was deceived. Just didn't find the back of the goal. South Africa stay 4-0 up in this game. We've still got 12 odd minutes to go. So lots of time to go. That ball being driven very high by Jan Schulz. Straight out, and South Africa to regroup. Kerry Padar on the side there, looking to leave the ball for Allen. Again, people congesting. Need to move the passes, move the ball around the field. They've got space and time as Allen delivers the ball to the P spot. Sorry, to the T point. And I think it's Wendy Graves come on now. Getting the ball on the T point and popping it onto a foot. And earning South Africa as we're all trying to decipher Coach Robinson's code words as he shouts them on. As the Alliance team regroup inside the circle. Last two options have been good slaps in from Knox. Nice and clean. Let's see if they can do it again. Briggs hasn't had a chance yet, so no, back to Castle 1. Ball gets trapped in and slapped in. It gets passed on. The ball got back to the injector there. It actually, Wendy Horn had crept in from the injection, touched the ball across the face. Didn't look like she was going for goal. Looked like she was trying to find one of her other forwards. I'm going to go. Boucher was hoping for that one, but just couldn't tap it in. As the ball comes down the field again. And there's a bit of confusion about whose ball this is. Looks like it's come off a South African stick, and therefore the Alliance team now have a night ball on about the halfway line. We've still got 10 minutes left in this match. South Africa ringing the changes. Schulz passing back there. De Blow coming on and making an instant interception. Kerry Ras now switching the ball across the field. Horn on the ball, looking for the gaps. It's taking a little bit too long, but there comes the runner. Jan Schulz is planting herself in the way. Just unfortunately could not find the pass to Aiken Rose, who made a good run there. As Allen takes the ball wide. The ball being held up over there in the corner, and we come back again. The cross coming from Allen, but not to anybody particular. Again, the small passing game is what's required often in these situations. Just the quick mini games, backwards and forwards. Again, the Alliance team now moving the ball around. Schulz trying to get the ball forward. Just a slight mistrap there, but ball to get along with the field. As South Africa come back with it. Kerry Ras finding Winnie Gray in the midfield. Gray to Horn. Horn's out wide. Ball just been coughed up there in the midfield. They just can't find the next short pass when it gets over the 22. As we're now going to build it from the outsiders. Briggs trying to throw a ball forward there, but De Blow did not read that at all. Went the other way, and unfortunately there was miscommunication. Pass over, been thrown by Schulz straight to one of her players. Fernan taking care of that, but giving it straight back to the Alliance team, and that was a bit of a TikTok bouncing game. Harrison to Gray in the middle. They've got some space here if they can just make the lead. De Blow going back, trying to fire it in. Defender falling on the floor. Ball being topped out. It's still in play. The Alliance team stepping in nicely. Just covering the options off. And the clearance coming. Ball loose. Pretty much going to be called back because it hit the back of Vernon's legs on the way through there. Actually, it looks like there was an injury, but De Blow's going to rub it off and Tate will take her place. It's a bit of a collision on the side of the field there. Not sure where the blow is. Free hit for South Africa. As Vernon steps up and goes towards the corner flag. Harrison made a lead out there. Needs to come back in again. Hits the baseline. Trying to fire a ball back. Does drop it 45, but only as far as the alliance player. The ball comes out again. Knox this time joining the attack. Not getting any joy. Harrison now running with the ball. Lots of running with the ball into trouble. This time the alliance player also not retreating 5 yards, and I think Harrison might have just forced that issue. Running at the player who hasn't retreated 5 yards. And when the player plays the ball, the short corner is given. Still 6 odd minutes left in this match. South Africa fall up and haven't scored a goal, or there hasn't been a goal, in the second half of this match. A very crowded circle. South Africa maybe a bit guilty of just running a couple of steps too far with the ball, and when they are delivering their passes, they end up being touched or bounced or caught by an alliance stick, foot, and the play gets broken down. The early pass, always the good pass. Injection coming out now. We've got options again. Let's go into the second castle. Is it Wiggett on the castle? And going for the hit. Yes, it is Wiggett. Just not getting a good shot off there. Play still happening. Looking for the circle entry. And the baseline making the tackle on Allen there. She was being harassed on the way there, but got the advantage. Often a 50-50 whether you want the advantage or whether you want the blow. Been given the long corner though, so has got something for this. Pops the ball out wide, and now we've got another play game forward. Ball still in play, but Harrison unable to trap that as it goes over the baseline. We look at the clock, there's still 5 minutes left in this game. South Africa surely assured of the win, but they'll want to link up more passes and just make sure they're playing together better with the finish. They want to finish the game on a high. The Lions team obviously would want to get a circle entry and some opportunity on the far side. Just takes one long ball or one clever run. Suddenly you're in the circle, you get a short corner or shot on target. That's what they'll be looking for in this moment. Krokamp with a long ball back. Ball still in play. A good switch happening there. Little backhand coming from Del Port, I think it was. Caught everyone by surprise. South Africa now, their midfield just a little bit scattered to the winds. Ball going to Wendy Horn, the captain, who drifted towards the back there. Adam going for the big hit. Neatly picked up by Knox. Knox going to look for the slap down the middle, as she has often. Good receive. Matthews and Tate working well together now. Boucher open in the circle on the P-spot. Tate just couldn't look up and see that. Again, they're looking for options. The ball has gone through another Boucher, who's made a lead to the 45 circle edge. Try to play it through Krokamp, and Krokamp way too wily for that kind of hockey. Had a stick down and said, "You're not coming through me." As South Africa have to regroup. Vernon now being beaten to the ball, not knowing there was somebody there. 2v1, no 2v2 I should say. A good tackle coming out at the end there. By Briggs, I think it was. And South Africa just trying to find the small ball. Matthews now with the ball, looking forward. Tate on the width, making the double lead. The pass is heading into the player again. Tate's ahead of the ball. But that pass hit in the sideline. And South Africa not going anywhere. 3 minutes left in this game. 4 left to South Africa. Sure they'd want another goal. See if they can just wrap this up. Ball into the circle. The backhand sliding shot. And the clearance, which looked like it was headed baseline. So umpire making a call of whether that's deliberate or not. again, the Lions team. Every now and then, get a couple of moves going together. It's just finishing off their moves they start. That's been the problem today. Tate running on the ball. He's going to drop it back here. Vernon playing wide. Horn looking forward. There's options here. Kerry Pradell on the side. She's going to find something from this. Goes baseline. Ball trickles away from her. Just beats her to the baseline. They had an opportunity there if they kept the ball on the front stick. As the ball ran across to the back stick, it just got away from them, and unfortunately, the baseline always wins. Great cross ball coming in. RSA stuck on the field from somewhere. Okay, just got to be careful. When they get the ball, they want to move forward with it every time. The ball needs to move forward, not the player. If they can find the pass option first, they're not closing themselves down in the play here. Ball back to Knox. Knox pushing it forward. Vernon running with the ball again. Get into the circle. A little obstruction there, so forcing the obstruction, and the umpire saying, no, it'll be a short corner. As we're down to 1 minute to go. Coach Robertson making his final call here. Their slaps have been good on target. There's one that hit the post earlier. A couple have gone in. Pretty sure they're going to be looking for Knox or Briggs on top of the castle. Knox has been on the left castle. Briggs on the right. Injection on its way. The eye deflector's running from the right. The ball does come out. And the slap comes in. Hits the first wave foot, still in play. The ball ricochets off the first wave stick into the face mask. It made a massive noise, and you can imagine what would have happened if they weren't wearing a face mask. 20 seconds to go in the game. That made a loud crack, and the face mask doing its job properly. It did deflect off the first wave's own stick, so it wasn't foreseen. As we get one more re-award. 8 seconds on the clock, so this will run the clock down. So the game been won by South Africa already. They 4-love up. I don't hear Coach Robertson shouting any crazy variations, so it looks like it's going to go to the first castle again. And Knox will knock this in if she can. This time a hit and a great touch. Shelley Tate in front of the goalkeeper, just putting the stick out to ramp it. Tate getting the 5th goal. South Africa winning this game 5-love. They'll be happy with their performance. Thank you for being with us.
That waiting for the gun, the nerves are just too much, thinking about what is about to go down.
And there goes the horn to start the race.
No, I think it's really amazing. And now the whole setup and people are dressed up.
We're giving something, I think, to the people is just fantastic.
The support on the side of the road is second to none, and that gives you the extra oomph.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. The scenery is beyond what I could imagine. I seriously enjoyed it. I met so many wonderful people on the way.
Really enjoying Cape Town. People seem to really appreciate artwork here, which is really nice.
Come and visit Cape Town. We are waiting for you with open arms. We welcome you here. This will remain a city of hope and opportunity for everyone, not just in Cape Town, but around the country and the world.
And he takes the tape.
Cape Town is open, safe, and ready to host you.